So, quick actual motorcycle update. I definitely blew that bearing out. The one that should be going right there. It should look like this, and it currently looks like this. Should look like that, currently looks like that. I found the rest of it, but that doesn't exactly do me much good. The problem with the replacement one that I have is, although it makes for a pretty decent fidget spinner right now, let me show you, get the light on here. Hopefully the camera can pick it up, but just below the D, or the, sorry, not the D, the fourth stamped number there, so 6000, just below the 0, it is not going to pick it up, sadly. Anyway, there is a very slight divot or kind of wearing on it. So if I actually spin it, I can feel, again, it makes for a decent fidget spinner, but I can feel that it's not as smooth as it really needs to be. Which means, yes, I could probably toss this in there, and yeah, it might get me a short distance, but it's not going to be a long-term solution. I need to order a replacement bearing and then press it into the old one. That way I don't have to mess with the one that has an almost good bearing. And now I need to source that bearing, which in itself is becoming a little tricky here in Canada. So the debate that I have is, do I reassemble everything and use 2.5 quarts of oil, the whole works that it's going to take to actually get this back on, use some more of the gasket maker, and then figure out exactly what went wrong? Or do I just wait for a replacement bearing? And I think I'm stubborn enough that I will probably end up using that piece. But the next question then becomes, what was the cause? Was the bearing just something that went out? Did I over-tighten the clutch cable when I was trying to adjust it and get the right amount of play? Or alternatively, is there something wrong with this? And I can see that it's got a nice wear to it. And I'm not sure if somehow, there's really only, when this is in this position here, I don't know. There's really only one way that this can go in. So I'm really having a hard time imagining that I assembled it incorrectly. So that's it normally, and then so it looks like, it still functions. The actuator aspect of it still does function. And I don't know if somehow I'd assembled it incorrectly. I'm leaning towards I likely over-tightened this when I went to start it, actually playing around with it and trying to get it to work properly. So I think what I'm going to do is not worry about the oil. I'm just going to reassemble with this piece, and then, without the engine running or anything like that, see if I can get the clutch cable to be in the right spot so that the clutch plate engages and disengages correctly. And if I can get that working, that should give me enough time to have the part come in, and we should be good to go.